Hello everyone, my name is Trenton Steers and we're going to be talking about clustered, irregularly, interspaced, short palindromic repeats, from now on known as CRISPR. This technology has the ability to go into embryos and change the DNA of unborn infants. This raises many more questions, for as this allows mankind to play God and gives them ability to design or choose how the baby will come out. From the other side, this could wipe out many genetic diseases. We would not have to worry about muscular dystrophy or Huntington's disease. Racial issues could go away. This technology is not a guarantee and things can go wrong. Accidental editing or unforeseen consequences of taking out a gene could lead to a domino effect that badly damages or messes up the child. This technology for CRISPR-Cas9 is still way underdeveloped. It has not been fully accepted by the science community either, but I believe it will be soon. The price for using this is drastically cheaper than any other drug on the market, and the community is still discussing if all the pros outweigh the cons. Thinking about how society would accept this technology? According to sources, this technology is not going to be allowed for public or commercial use until they solve the off-target issues. The moral issue with this is the fact that we would be inherently changing how God created humans. So for many people who believe in a religion, this would be appalling. Humans need to come to a conclusion on whether a society should be allowed giving control to the parents to decide how the baby will look. Using CRISPR, we are able to change the cells in our body. This is both very exciting and terrifying at the same time. If this is allowed for mainstream use, we will begin seeing designer babies, which allows parents to decide the height, hair color, and other attributes of their children. This really comes down to a moral choice. Would society be okay with giving parents control over how their baby looks? If society were to be fine with these designer babies, a positive outcome for doing this would be the ability to wipe out many illnesses and diseases. It could also solve many racial disputes. If parents could literally decide how their baby will look, then how could racism still exist? CRISPR lets scientists edit the genome, also known as genetic editing. It allows them to go into a cell using CRISPR-Cas9 to cut the parts they do not want, and then the cell will repair itself. Designer babies could be a beneficial thing. The government could get a lot of money from this business, plus it could slowly start to phase out unwanted attributes. Crime and poverty, for example, could go down if our population could see an intelligence and strength boost, as this would lead to a smarter and possibly more productive human population. Athletes could see a huge boost if there is free reign on how bodies are designed. The thought of being able to put genetic markers in a person's DNA to make a world-class athlete is incredible. With this, there would be no need for people to fight over children. Parents design their own baby. Their child is exactly what they wanted, and if anyone could change their baby's skin color, then I believe that should end racism. Let's say that one race is superior to another, and to think that could all change with a flick of the switch, this would change how things are seen. Designer babies could be more intelligent and physically capable. To be able to virtually wipe out most diseases would be astronomically beneficial to society. Vaccines would no longer be an issue. This could finally take power away from the pill industry, unless they invest into CRISPR, which would just make it away from big corporations to make more money. Properly used CRISPR will change the world on almost all levels. The possibilities do not just stop with humans. They could use CRISPR for an endless amount of things. Mass production of food. This could help stop famines. They could alter animals to be genetically bigger. They could use it to toughen grains like wheat and barley. Fruits and veggies could be changed to last longer after harvest. Modern day corn is nothing like the ancient ancestor plant maize. Through genetic engineering, corn has been altered to produce more cobs and grow much taller. It is partially due to genetically modified organisms that we survive so well. And with the perfect or choice children, we would not have to worry about things like genetic disorders. Cerebral palsy and cleft lips would no longer be an issue. With this tool, editing genes can be dangerous because you run the risk of off-target editing, or the editing of genes not planned. The bacteria or protein that actually does the editing can stay active for 10 to 20 years. Think of all the damage that could do. The possible mutations and defects for the editing, they recently just upgraded CRISPR so they can edit thousands of genes at once. With all these staying in the body, the damage could be unthinkable. The segment of DNA they add could form cancerous cells, or the desired effect might not happen, and something worse could happen. Going into cells and deleting the portions not wanted can and will affect a lot of the cells, as they are constantly interacting with each other. These problems are leading factors as to why CRISPR has not been released. As of 2019, gene editing drugs and other methods are extremely expensive. For example, a child was born with a rare mutation in his eyes that causes him to be blind. This child could have it fixed, but right now it costs $400,000 for each eye. When CRISPR is cleared for commercial use, if it is, it will be much more cost effective. The US government is investing a lot of money into this research. The use of CRISPR-Cas9 to edit a human's genome could cost just under $500. CRISPR-Cas9, genome editing or genetic engineering, is a life-changing field that is up and coming. It uses a bacteria protein called Cas9 to cut away genes or the parts not wanted. It brings many positives to the table, but also raises many issues. It would go against many religions to be able to do this. However, the amount of diseases and sicknesses it could get rid of would change the world. The CRISPR-Cas9 protein would be just under $500 to use, and this is incredibly inexpensive compared to the other genetic editing prices. This technology will be everywhere very soon as long as the scientists can control the off-target editing. Although it is a huge issue, scientists are making the protein stronger so it can target more things at once, but that means if it goes off target, then the person is in serious trouble. Sources say in the next 10 years we will be able to use this genome or genetic editing procedure. Society needs to formulate the answer on whether or not they would support parents being able to design their babies.